Okay, hello, welcome to this Long Island weather outlook and weather update. It may be messed up because Open Shut did something weird, and I don't know what happened, but it may not. It might not look right. I don't know, and kind of tired because I did a big hike today. So, but as you can see, no clouds in the sky today whatsoever. Beautiful day across the area. Looking at the sky, and this is the Modus satellite, and you can see again no clouds at all. It was absolutely beautiful, beautiful day, and you can see we got this great blocking pattern that we have. So you got your low here, you got your high in eastern Canada, and you got the stalled front and stalled storm ranging from the mid Great Plains to the southeast, and that's pretty much what's going on. Going back to the satellite, we'll go to the CONUS view here. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here with this. Yeah, the computer definitely is acting kind of funny. Probably just issues with RAM or I don't know, but hopefully you can hear me okay. So anyway, you can see here, here's your stalled out storm. All right, there's another storm coming into the west, another atmospheric river. You got your low pressure here, so what you got going on, we'll draw this here. We've got our high over here, and we've got our north flow coming down, and we've got, change the color here, let's do that to red, so we have our low over here, and so, and then you have your stalled front right here, so, and your, and so they're getting stuck in the clouds, and then this is all the warm air over here. All right, so we'll clear that out just to kind of show you. We're going to go to the weather map here. So here's the weather map, and you can kind of see actually not really a front here, I guess, just lows. Yeah, trough, more like a trough line. But you can see here we've got the highs, and then in the west, more heavy rain and from another atmospheric river. But you know, it's been nice. We're finally getting to enjoy some absolutely beautiful weather today. So let's go to our weather map here and looking across the country. Close this down. You can see we've got high wind warnings for California. Looks like some dense fog advisories and coastal flood statements for parts of the mid-Atlantic. So let's take a look and see what we got going on outside right now. And you'll see temperatures are in the mid-30s, so 36 degrees. Dew point 41. The winds are north, and we overperformed again today. A lot of the weather service was saying high around 42. We made it to the mid 40s, so we went above normal again today. But you can see, looking at the day today, we had northwest to north winds throughout the day, and clear skies across the area. So let's look at our highs. So we got mid 30s here. West Hampton still 34, so no radiational cooling. It's upper 30s in the city, 39 at LaGuardia, and looks like there is some radiational cooling going on in Jersey because it's down to 27 in the Pine Barrens west of Toms River. So let's go look at our highs for today. Close this down here. So highs across Long Island, mid 40s, only low 40s on the Forks. The city also got to the mid 40s. Let's see Central Park, 46. So and even look at this, 50-degree readings in some areas of New Jersey, like Elizabeth. I don't know if that's Newark Airport. That is Newark Airport. They hit 50 today. And it looks like close to 50 in Toms River as well, 48, 46 at Miller Air Park. So much warmer in New Jersey. At least it was somewhat cooler here. That's still way above what it's supposed to be, for this time of the year. But, you can't complain. We had really nice blue skies. But it's unusual that, despite the blocking pattern that we have and the north winds, that we're not really seeing any really cold air anywhere from this. And we'll take this to the west now, looking at the latest atmospheric river event here, see what's going on here. And they're, like I said, they're getting pounded. We'll look at the radar as well. This Augusta 51 at Santa Rosa. It's Augusta 53 over there. So, yeah, we got some pretty strong winds, hence the high wind warnings, especially in the mountains. 59-mile-an-hour wind gust at Sacramento. Wow, that's impressive right there. That's impressive. That's impressive indeed. So, that's what is the Yeah, so that's really, really, really impressive. And if we look at the rainfall totals for these areas as well, we can just go ahead and look at precipitation because they're getting soaked now. They're dealing with the atmospheric rivers. So if we look at we'll take a look at the 24-hour precipitation here. Yeah, lots of rain. Yeah, it's pretty bad over there. And we'll go now to the radar here. Take a look and see what's going on over there as well. So nothing in our area. Some snow over Nova Scotia from that low that's sitting there. There's some rain over here in the south. All right, some rain over here. Not all of the south, not even Florida. More like parts of Georgia. It's like along a trough line, a little low pressure area they're trying to develop. And here's what we got going on here in California. This is quite an intense atmospheric river going on. As you can see, raining in LA too as well. Let's go back to the satellite loop here. We'll actually go and we'll look at the West Coast. Let's do that. Let's see if there's any lightning developing. Oh, yeah, there is some lightning. So take a look at this. I'll run this loop a little longer with the 96 flamer. Look at that thing. Wow, that's one heck of a storm right there. Yep, there is some lightning with it. It definitely is. Definitely is. So, yeah, this is a pretty strong atmospheric river that they're getting. But if we look at the CONUS view here, I'll go back to this here. Check. Probably go to the. We go to. It would be nice if they had a North American loop, but they don't have that. We can go to the MODIS, back to the MODIS satellite. There it is again. That's almost looks like I had an eye there for a moment. Look at that. Wow. Anyway, I want to go back to the MODIS satellite to explain what's going on here. If we can here. Probably this isn't going to help me explain it. Okay. Let's go to our statistics for the day. So ice slip at a high, this is saying 44, but still 5 degrees above normal for the day. Central Park was 5 degrees above normal for the day. High of 46, low of 31. And Newark, New Jersey, the high of 50 was 9 degrees above normal. And for the day, 7 degrees above normal. That's quite a lot. So still above normal. And it's weird to get above normal temperatures with a north wind, but you know, we're going to kind of explain it here. Let's go to the models now. So we'll take this to the North American view so you can get an idea of what's going on here. So you can see we've got this ridge over here. Lower the size a little bit here. You got this ridge right here. So we got a ridge here that's kind of got the Arctic blocked, so you can't really get it. You're not really getting any Arctic air. So even though we're getting a north wind, the air that we're getting as these storms come into the Pacific, the air that we're getting is coming in like this. It's going up into central Canada and then coming back down over here. So, like I said, the Arctic is blocked. So that's why even though we've got the north wind, it's not all that cold out. So let's go to the jet stream. And here we go. Here's the jet stream. So you can see the fire hose there. And the northern branch of the jet stream is also very weak too, as well. So let's move this forward here as we go into, we're looking at the 18Z GFS here. And you'll see that this block continues here. But eventually, as we get toward the end of the week, we'll start to see some ridging, but you still got a huge fire hose and a trough in the west. This doesn't really favor any really cold weather coming our way. The fire hose is still going as we're in the middle of February here. Still going, February 17th. And, yeah, it looks like only toward the end of the period. It looked like something was going to happen, and then the models pushed it off again. So this is something that always seems to happen now. But you can see the jet stream still remains kind of a mess, and we still got that fire hose. So with the jet stream looking like that, I don't really expect to see much cold weather. Now, let's go to the European and probably see the same type of thing. Yep, more or less. Look at that fire hose. I wonder if this is going to cause some rain for us by the... Actually, but that fire hose is just not shutting down. So that's the problem. So let's go look at the upper air now, 500. And you see we got this big ridge here. Again, the Arctic... If we had the blocking, if this was sitting over Greenland, we'd be able to have Arctic air coming in. But there's no room. The Arctic air is just cut off completely. And so we won't really see anything change. That low, luckily this low goes well to the south, and it just goes well to the south and kind of stays off to the east. And then as we get toward the end of the period, you start seeing ridging, so the temperatures are going to, even though we've been above normal, they'll go much more above normal. And you can see like a trough in the east here. But again, there's no real, maybe there's a little bit of a connection here. But if we go look at the temperature anomalies, yeah, it's not really that cold. All right, so there's no real connection. That's the problem that we have. All right, back to the upper air. Let's go look at the GFS. So here's the GFS, and same deal on the GFS. Pretty much same deal. Looks pretty similar. Now there is a block. Here we go toward the 17th. There is a block over Greenland showing, but there's no connection to the Arctic. So there's no Arctic air to come down, even though there is a block, and that would try to lead to trough. But look at this. We got a lot of troughing in the west. This is not, if you want to have cold or extreme Arctic air or snow, this is not what you want to have. Not what you want to have. So let's now look at the surface, and we'll go to the surface map next. Okay, so here's the surface map, and I'll take it in a little bit to the CONUS view. Okay, so here's the surface map, and luckily this week, the beautiful weather continues. That low is going to stay well to the south, maybe throwing some clouds our way. We may be on the edge of that, but I think we'll have plenty of sun. We'll see more higher clouds increase toward the end of the week, but notice that we're not really seeing much in the way of rain, and it won't really be until maybe next week that it looks like it's going to be dry for much of this month, which is good. So at least we're not going to see much rain. Here comes like a little clipper system that might bring in some cold air around February 18th here, and then it's trying to develop something there. But this looks cold, but it may not be actually that temperature anomaly. All right, it is showing. The GFS is showing some cold air trying to slip through there, just very briefly. Just one little shot of it, and let's see if it's there on the 12Z. It's not even there on the 12Z. So, yeah, it's just, I don't know why it's doing that, actually, because the upper air pattern doesn't really support any really good Arctic air, unfortunately, coming in. So, it's sort of like what we're dealing with here. And so, looking at our temperature anomaly chart, you'll see above normal. Maybe Tuesday it's a little cooler, but more or less staying above normal and well above normal as we get toward the weekend. It's going to be very warm. And then it's showing, again, that cooler air coming in. But again, for the 12Z, it's not even there. So 12Z doesn't even show it. All right. So I don't know. Like I said, the upper air pattern just doesn't support that. It's trying to like maybe pull some cold air down from eastern Canada or something, but that's what it looked like what happened this weekend, and that didn't happen. So I don't think so. I don't think so. Let's, now that we looked at all that stuff, let's go to the polar vortex. We're going to look at that polar vortex again, because as you can see, it's wrapped up. It's wrapped up tight, and you see it does show a split, though. It does show a split. This actually does show it splitting up. This is the 12Z run. This is the 18Z run, but it still looks completely different, and it's still pushing it off. Originally, the split was going to happen. Well, it is showing it mid-month. I mean, maybe we'll get some cold air from it, but I don't know, man. It looks like it's just not set up to bring us any really, and the European doesn't even give us this. Doesn't even give us this. So, you know what? I'll see it when I'll believe it when I see it. So let's take a closer look at our area, and obviously we're back to the GFS here again, and no precipitation this week. So we're going to stay dry. No precipitation. Our next chance wouldn't be until maybe sometime Saturday. But it looks very dry. Very weak systems coming through. So the total opposite of what we did. We did change the pattern. We went from a wet pattern to a very dry one. So at least that'll mean plenty of sunshine. So let's look at the sky conditions on this GFS here. And so tomorrow, still showing sunshine here. We're still in this block. Maybe there'll be some high clouds around. I don't know. There is some. If I look at the sounding here, you'll see these lines are kind of close together. But whether that'll actually verify or not, I don't know, because I'm not seeing much in the way of clouds in the satellite at all. So, to see. All right, so maybe a few high clouds around them, or maybe, but plenty of sun. Tuesday, we've got to watch these clouds that might try to build in from the east again, because we've got this storm system offshore. So we're going to have to watch to see how close that gets. That's going to be hard to say. I mean, Wednesday will be right on the edge of it. And then I think Thursday we'll start seeing more in the way of the higher clouds coming into the picture. And but we'll still have sunshine this weekend. Sunday could be a little more overcast. But let's go to the RGEM for the skies next. I know normally I do the skies toward the end, but we're going to look at the temperatures, and they'll do points and wind flow after the skies, all right? So RGEM just keeps us clear. Tuesday keeps us clear. Wednesday keeps us clear. So we'll have plenty of sun, I think. So let's now go back to the GFS. I'm not even going to bother with the HRRR. We're just going to go right to GFS. Look at our dew points and wind flow here. You see we got that light northerly wind tonight. If the wind dies down, maybe we'll get to see some radiational cooling. That we stick with that light northerly wind tomorrow. And then north, it picks up a little more because that low is going to see a little more of a pressure gradient. Shifts a little more to the northeast on Tuesday. That's where we'll have to watch for those clouds. And then for Wednesday, still staying out of the northeasterly direction. It's Thursday, still a light northeasterly wind. Friday, we start seeing a southerly wind take over. And then Saturday, we'll have a southwesterly wind. And this is going to mean Sunday, westerly wind. That's going to mean the temperatures are going to go up. So let's look at our temperatures now. Well, we looked at our dew points and wind flow. So tonight, we'll have to see if we're going to drop below freezing or not. I think lows will probably be in the upper 20s probably. And then tomorrow we'll probably start off in the low 30s. And then we'll probably rise right back to the mid to upper 40s again. Similar to today, I think. Tomorrow night, if we get some more radiational cooling, it could be colder. We could have 20s. We could have low 20s in the Pine Barrens, perhaps, if we get that wind. But I think with that wind increasing, I don't think we're going to see it. Tuesday tends to be colder. We have more wind. We have a little more cold air advection. I think we'll probably have highs in the low 40s more on Tuesday. And then for Wednesday, we'll start rising back up into the low to mid 40s. And then by Thursday, we're mid to upper 40s, maybe 50 in Jersey. I mean, it was almost 50 in Jersey today. And you can see it warms up 45 to 50. And then as we get to Saturday, could be 60s in New Jersey and 50s for us. So it's and then looking at the rest of everything, you can see it looks pretty warm. And like I said, that cold air outbreak that it shows here, as I go all the way back here, you can see it shows it here around February 17th and Sunday. So 2 weekends from now, it has a cold air outbreak. But this is the 18Z run. If I change it to the 12Z, it's not even there. All right, so I'll have to see what happens. So we've been through all that. Lastly, let's go to the climate models here and our 6 to 10 day outlook. We're above normal in the east. Very good chance of above normal temperatures in the northeast and much of the east, and just below normal in the southwest, and slightly above normal precipitation in the 6 to 10 day. I don't know. It doesn't look like we're going to see a whole lot of rain, but 8 to 14 day has us below normal precipitation and near normal temperatures. So with that, that's going to wrap up this weather update. And it was a beautiful day. I forgot to show you the pictures today, but you'll see in the video that will be up shortly. Beautiful blue skies. The pines were amazing, and it was just spectacular. So thank you for watching, and have a good night.